Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to African Travel and More. I'm Yolanda and this is Jeff. And today we're starting it a little different. We're not starting it out with music. But we do have a show lined up. Jeff,
I was fired. My wife, she fired.
No, I didn't.
So I'm petitioning I need you guys to jump in and petition to have me do music again. Anyway.
You need to. Okay.
Okay,
Anyways, welcome. So today we are talking about those recent mandates that took place in Ghana, West Africa. So we have quite a few things to talk about today, but I want to start out on a congratulatory note to President Nana Addo, and the reason being is he was how would you say
he was presented.
Thank you. Presented with Forbes African of the Year award, and despite all that we're going through right now with coronavirus and this recent mandate, congratulations are due to this president. So I want to show a little bit of that just to start off, okay? And then we'll get into the meat of the show. So I want to show you a clip of African of the Year from Forbes.
Congratulations, Mr. President, on being awarded with the Forbes African Person of the Year 2021. We recognize each year exceptional and exemplary individuals across the African continent. What does this recognition mean to you as an African of the Year in a time where not only Ghana, but the world is facing unprecedented challenges?
Well, first of all, I'm overwhelmed. I have to thank you very much for recognizing the work that we're doing here in Ghana to be able to get this award. It's the name of your magazine it's a global brand. Everybody knows about it, and for its African version to pick on me it's a big honor for me. I'm very grateful for it. What does it mean? I understand it more than anything else to mean that the world is looking at the work we're doing here in Ghana. It's an inspiration for us and an encouragement for us to continue down the path that we've set ourselves.
Ghana is now the trade capital of Africa under the AFCFTA. How would you want to take advantage of this?
I think the question itself in some ways gives the answer. This project, building a common market in Africa, has been on the table for a very long time, been talked about over and over again. But suddenly, the political will to bring it into being has been found on the continent. And that is a very important first step. But look at what it involves. It means we're now talking about the possibility. The rules are still being made as we are going along. But the trading has begun. We began trading on the 1st of January within the market. Considerable amount of the rules and regulations that need to be put in place to make it function equitably for all the nations of the continent are now in place. And the implications are enormous. Suddenly, traders, producers, manufacturers, exporters have a market of 1.2 billion people as their target. The projections are that that market is going to grow to a market of 2.5 billion people in 30 years' time, by 2050. So we're talking about a major trading bloc if it functions effectively. And those who have the opportunity to exploit the possibilities of this market are obviously going to reap big dividends. So what we've been trying to do here in Ghana, apart from struggling to have the Secretariat here, with its obvious implications, is also to prepare our business community, our country, its institutions, as well as our business community, to be able to maximize the opportunity.
Okay. So, and looking at that, yes, He's Forbes African of the Year. And I know people are like, we don't care about that because we don't want this mandate. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, peace and blessings also to you, Andrew. Welcome on board. So, yeah, it's a lot of, I don't know, is it fair for me to say money has made this mandate come into place? It's not, in my opinion, I don't think it's great because it's something that has definitely impacted us. This is our time. This actually would have been our third trip to Ghana this year. I don't know how many of my Ghanaians are on here. Hey, Africa Rain, welcome, welcome, and welcome to you also, Ziggy. I see Egypt is in the house and US is in the house. But listen, so this is something that we're fighting here in the US. Mandates. No one wants to be told that you have to take a shot or take a vaccine upon arrival. But, some people are like, stop whining. If you don't want to do it, then don't go. I don't think it's that simple. I don't think it's not that cut and dry simple. Because when you're talking about your body, you're right, your temple.
Right.
So
Well, one of the things that with Ghana, and it's pretty clear by uh, Nana Addo being the African of the Year,
Mhm.
and that they are the central hub of the new trading bloc of I think 1.2 billion
Billion.
people,
Mhm.
and they're opening up the marketplace. There's a lot of money being. First of all, Ghana has been growing quickly.
Very quickly.
Their inflation rate is growing pretty quick too. They called Accra the New York of Africa.
Of Africa. It's
And
true. That's no joke.
So there's a lot of things that where Ghana is feeling like it should be less called a third world country. It's beginning to feel like it's on the world stage.
It is on the world stage.
So what happens is when a country is on the world stage and they're trading with Europe and the West and the United States and so forth, what they have to do is they have to absorb, maybe not have to, but what they're wanting to fit in, they're absorbing some of those Western politics and Western social behaviors because they want to stay in the mix of the money, the powers that be.
The powers that be.
So because of that, that's why in my opinion, that's why you see a mandate. And the mandate is not so much the safety of the people, because we've been there multiple times during the pandemic without a mandate, and people are living their lives just fine. Nobody's ill, nobody's sick.
No.
Everybody's doing just great.
No.
But this mandate is I'm pretty sure is connected to money, power, and some political and social political dynamics.
Well,
so
yeah, exactly.
So unfortunately, I think with Ghana, we will start to see more and more things like that shift, where the West power and influence socially is going to fight against what the social dynamic of Ghana and the political dynamic.
Yes,
you'll see it, but they'll try and squash the people like many other governments do, like they're trying to do in the United States. They want to squash the people's voice, so that they can have their way.
Right.
So
that part is not good though. But may I read something? So it says the rule comes into effect Tuesday at Kotoka International Airport in the capital city of Accra, Ghana. It follows a health ministry move last week to require all people entering Ghana to be vaccinated. The measures are some of the strictest in Africa, where vaccine uptake has been challenged by lack of supply and logistical issues, even as the new Omicron variant raises concern about quicker transmission of the virus. So Ghana's tightening of the restrictions comes after the European Investment Bank, EIB, announced a 75 million euro investment loan to support its pandemic response. So this is the largest such support of the COVID-19 program in sub-Saharan Africa. So it's just like Jeff said, they're on the world stage. You're seeing, you're just seeing money. It's the money. The money is talking right now. And what's kind of disturbing about it to me, and then we've talked with friends there now. I don't know how many on right now are actually in Ghana, but we've talked with some of our team on the ground and friends on the ground in Ghana. And what they're saying is that they are aware of what's taking place. They do not really like it. Many of them are Uber driver and just regular day-to-day people, right? So it's far-reaching. They're saying that Uber drivers are going to have to take it, and other people, teachers. It's the same as here. Okay, let me pause to read what Africa Rain is saying. They know African Americans choose Ghana over America and they're stopping the flow. I heard Tanzania is doing it too. Actually, I haven't heard Tanzania yet that they're doing it, but I have heard, I was just talking with Jeff before we went on. I know Kenya, I know Zimbabwe, and Ghana. And Ghana is a leader in Africa. So if Ghana has done this, many African countries will follow. Okay. So I don't know.
I think the thing that's disappointing, and it's been disappointing for a long time, is you know how they sold the virus. Virus supposed to get rid of it. I mean the mandates, vaccines. They were supposed to get rid of everything. No mask, no all that. We were supposed to be happy and free. And then over time, they've had to reveal that they were. Remember last time I said they either ignorant or lying, one or the other. So it had to reveal that one of they were ignorant or lying, because the vaccine waned. Matter of fact, it doesn't stop you from passing it to other people. True. So getting the vaccine is not protecting other people, and they're still selling it like that. The other thing is the Omicron variant has not demonstrated to be a deadly variant. It's demonstrated to be a variant that passes quicker, which, like I said, I've been listening to doctors for over 2 years, and they've all kind of said the same thing. The original virus can be potent. The variants start to lose their power. The Delta was less potent than the first one, and the Omicron is less potent than the Delta. But no one will say that. All they do is they just scream the Omicron is spreading like crazy, but
it's not popular.
But they won't just tell the truth. The truth is fine. I mean, you don't want to have
no,
the
it's
Omicron.
Not, because you have big pharma. You have money to be made. That's why they don't want to tell the truth.
Well, what I'm saying is,
I'm
saying it's okay to not want to have the Omicron variant, just like it's okay to not want to have a cold or a flu.
Right.
It's okay to not want that, but just to lie and try to fan the flames and make people fearful, that's the part that is disappointing.
It's highly
and then to sell the vaccine as if it's going to protect other people. Like you go to their country, it's supposed to protect. No, the vaccine only protects the person who's taking the vaccine.
Right.
So that's okay, but tell the truth. That's probably the most disappointing thing about this whole thing.
Right.
The truth is good enough. The truth is fine. But they don't want people to know what the truth is.
They don't want that. Listen, let me answer some questions right now and take some response. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we appreciate your support and glad that you're here. No, we are not in Ghana right now. Usually we would be. That's the truth. Usually we would be in Ghana right now. Last year we were in Ghana, but this year we are still in the U.S. Let me read more. And between Andrew and Africa Rain. Yes, more people are retiring in Africa. Yes, more people of color, more people. People, it's a win-win, right? Why wouldn't you retire in Africa? It has so much beauty and so much good. But right now, I'm just going to say this is, can you say maybe a bump in the road? A bump in the road.
I don't know. I
You
think
think
that
it's going to stay?
I think it's a bump in the road, but some people like having speed bumps in the road.
Well, once the government,
Mhm.
I'm just going to, can I just say, that's the problem when the government gets too big and they want to control everything. Okay, now I know that may not sit well with some people, but I think you get what I'm saying. Because if they're going to control which way I turn, I go left, I go right, I take a vaccine or I don't, then that's highly problematic for me. And that's the point, because that Ghana's on the world stage right now. So if you're planning to go, when you land at the airport, they are going to check for that vax card, or you're going to get a vaccine. And I think that's really, that's that's really, and you're going to have to pay $150 to take the COVID test.
Right.
And they're going to charge the airlines, and this is something I have to find that I read it. They're going to charge the airlines $3,500 per passenger that they bring to Ghana that's not vaccinated. So for me, I just say this is, remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I was saying it's a money grab. Well, it's that money. I think you said it last time. The getting has got good, and they don't want to let that money go. And they just keep coming up with ways that they can make this money off of people. But we have to stand up and say enough. No. Period. Because I guarantee it's not a thing vaccinated against vaccinated. It's a people thing where we need to tell the powers that be no. And that may sound, a little out there, but I'm sorry. I don't know, honey. Am I sounding like I want to start a militia or start? But I'm just telling it like it is. It says African Americans and the entire African diaspora. Yes, I hope that was to this. I'm reading your comments. It's a problem for me what I'm going to do with my house in Kenya. Yes. You know what? Just I pray that you have someone, Africa Rain, that is there on the ground that can kind of give updates. Stay calm. Don't, like I say, it's definitely I feel a bump in the road for all of us that have invested in property and so forth. But one thing I kind of know in dealing and traveling many, many years, and maybe you can tell me I hope you'll tell me what you think, sweetheart, is I really think that in the end, the pocketbook is going to win. And I don't necessarily mean the pocketbook of these big companies. Now, I hope I'm not being naive. Maybe I'm being naive about it, but I really do feel that the power be to the people. Okay, so Pac says, educate me about how this protocol will be going to affect the Africa Free Trade Initiative because of the free movement of the people. I know. You know what?
As of now, what they're doing is
Good question.
They're kind of putting blocks on traveling, like flying foreigners coming in.
Mhm.
Right now, they appear to be aiming more at like people from the West,
Right.
Other places
Yes.
that are coming in. There's a lot of land borders on the continent, and I haven't heard anything about land borders trying to check for testing or anything like that. So that should
True.
be okay.
Now,
And there's only a handful of countries that's trying to do these mandates, and they right now I think it's not significant enough
right,
where it's going to affect the trade, because they haven't went into full swing on the free trade yet.
Mhm.
They're right now, they just codified, because if you recall, during the beginning of the pandemic, they simply stopped working on the free trade agreement.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then after about a year, I think it was beginning of this year in January, I think was when they went back to it and solidified. And there was a handful of countries that still hadn't signed on, but with the
Mhm.
countries that were signed on, they went ahead and they're going through it. And then
Right.
Ghana is the hub of the free trade agreement. So in terms of how it's going to affect, I don't think right now anything's going to happen, because they're
Not right
really
now.
not pushing too hard.
Mm-mm.
But if it start to, when money starts to flow around the continent,
Mm.
there's a lot of people on the land, on the ground,
Mhm.
who do not want to take the vaccine, because they believe all kinds of stuff that I wouldn't even want to tell you what they believe.
Right.
But they,
But when I tell you what they do believe,
Well-
and I agree, they feel they're healthy, that they have eat organic foods, and their body is healthy. They get appropriate exercise, and so that's what they feel, and and period. And I have another video clip to cut you off. I'm gonna show that, but I want to address what Tyrone Jackson's statement says. COVID-19 PCR tests are meaningless. Though the whole world relies on RT-PCR to diagnose SARS-CoV infection, the science is clear. They are not fit for this purpose. And you know something? I think you're right. But the thing is, so much myths are floating around. It's just like my husband said earlier. You know, at the beginning they said this, and then we will be free from it, and then do this. So the thing is, good points, Tyrone. That's a good point. He says Dr. Charles Hoff found 62% of patients who received COVID mRNA jab test positive for blood clots. There's a lot of illness associated with these tests. People do not like how the test, how this vaccine came about. It just quickly, not enough trials. Gloria says on their official website, the AstraZeneca vaccine uses a chimpanzee. Oh, okay, yeah. So the thing is, all of these, all
No,
of
I
these
was
are
just
good.
reading.
Yeah, all of these are good points. And sad to say, before we came on, um, there was no. There's also a petition that I have in the description link for you to fill out to, so that it will reach, hopefully the get in the mainstream and reach the president. The petition was started by the African Child Agenda, and the petition is to bring attention to the fact that returnees to Ghana, diasporans, that we do not wish to be vaccinated, and hopefully that this will be something that they'll look at. And as to the fact of what we're saying about the safety of these vaccines, sadly, about 5 hours ago, I was looking, and there's been death reported of a 20-year-old. So,
So, because one of the things is, you may have heard or by now, is that the CDC is now recommending, not recommending Johnson and Johnson because of the blood clots. And on a very underreported is that they know of at least 9 people who have died from the blood clots from Johnson and Johnson. They haven't gave the statistics on the others, but those are the things that they tamp down and they kind of keep under wraps, because
it's not popular.
Right, they are bent on just selling the vaccine and just trying to get everybody vaccinated, and they don't want people to have any sort of independent thought or skepticism or anything. So that,
well, that's true. Well, not only that, right here in the U.S., when they started talking about kind of playing down the effectiveness of your own say, oh God, I'm losing my.
Yeah, but let's read what
Okay,
she, because that's
okay. What
important.
I know, Gloria says a warning label on a box of surgical masks. This product is an ear loop mask. This product is not a respirator and will not provide protection against COVID-19 and any other virus. That's true. I mean, but people, I mean, they swear by it. They make the kids wear it all day.
Right.
And your CO2 levels are just going to increase and rise, and you're going to get sick because we're not made to wear a mask all day. It doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys have some great comments. Ooh, glad I haven't taken it. And me neither, because it's not going to help. Okay, the producers of these vaccines know that they are worthless, but they go on selling them anyways. Well, it's big pharma. They want to make money. Okay, I'm sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth. You want me to read this one? And before you make your comment.
Sure.
So Tyrone says, total population of 250 to 300 million people, a 95% decline from present levels would be ideal, Ted Turner has quoted. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's some stuff right there. That's some stuff. I don't even know what to say about that one. But yeah, people are talking about it. Depopulation. Has more. Tyrone says depopulation should be the highest priority of the U.S. foreign policy towards the third world. Wow. So yeah, these are quotes that people made, and that's one thing. When you make a quote and now it's out there and it's in plain sight. So people, if they want to read these things, it's not something that's made up. It's something that you're able to go and you're able to see for yourself. It's in books. There are books that contain it. And you know what they say when they want to hide something. You put it in a book. So Africa Rain says, I will not be taking it. I keep warning my two girls not to. Ooh, thank you, because the lights are kind of blinding me. Yeah, I don't really think it's needed. Okay, I'm just gonna say. You were gonna say.
No, I was just saying, like, in terms of depopulation, you remember China used to have that one child, one family rule. Mm-hmm. They had that for decades. I can't trace the history of it, but I know it, over the last few decades it's stopped. But I remember when I was growing up, I remember I used to hear about that. And one child, one family. And then what would happen was, because boys were more prized than girls, there would be infanticide with the girls. And that was, I mean, those things, that's pretty horrible. Mm-hmm. And you got to keep in mind that this virus kind of came from China. So I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not gonna go there. But both are true. You gotta think. They're both true, and I don't know. I'll let you play around with that.
Right. Tyrone says adding a sterilant to drinking water or staple foods is a suggestion that seems to horrify people more than most proposals for involuntary fertility control. And so he has the quotes and so forth. These are things, I'm sure you can look up. It's in plain sight. Tyrone, they've always wanted to take Africa without Africans. Oh, wow.
Hey, we love the land, but boy, those pesky Africans. If we could just have this land without those pesky Africans.
Right, but it's not possible. Tyrone says, Hillary Clinton, I admire, Margaret Sanger. Yes, enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Yes, I'm really in awe of her. There are a lot of lessons we can learn. So some of you who may or may not know, she was the one, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tyrone, she created Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood, it wreaked havoc on the Black community. And I'm not going to go into all of that, because there are some politicians that will go nameless, who have just come out with tongue lashing for anybody that thinks in the opposite. But the truth is, nothing good came out of what was created by Sanger. Let me see.
Right. And also there was a period of time, and this when I was young, I should just hear about it. There was an influx of clinics and organizations that had birth control for the African American community, because they were trying to, it was supposed to be compassionate, because though so many of these people in the hood were having babies and couldn't take care of them, so we're going to be compassionate and give them some birth control and abortions and things like that. But as you but yeah, I mean, if you try to think like that's compassion, you can think it that way, right. And then you can also look at it as population control for the African American community. So I know what I think.
Right. Okay. I'm happy also, Papa Bert. Congratulations. I forget her name. New York has a Black woman as the head of their police right now. So that's, I think, very, very good. Also, the mayor,
Eric Adams.
Yeah, Eric Adams.
He just went to Ghana.
He just went to Ghana. He just got back from a trip from Ghana.
Right.
And he's going to be heading it over there. So
here's what's funny. I'm wondering, how did he feel from New York, where they got vaccine mandates for everybody, including your child? I mean, if they can grab your infant from the womb and stick it with a jab, they would. They got mask mandates. Even if you go to sleep and take a shower, right, they want you to have a mask on. They got every kind of restriction and mandate. And then he gets to go to Ghana, where people are just kind of living free. And now I'm wondering, did he ever have any comment? I'm gonna have to find some of his story, right, see if he had any comment on that.
Because I know when he got over there, because that's just in the airport.
Yeah.
In the airport and Accra Mall and places like that, they play the mask game, because you got to play the mask game. But when you go beyond that, people are not concerned at all. Let me see some more comments from since 1973. Yeah, these are facts. These are sad facts that Planned Parenthood promotes abortion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. And that's what needs to come to an end. It's not a form of birth control, for your body. We have to take better care of our bodies. It's not a good thing at all. And like I say, I know there are some politicians that Black female politicians that came out strong against all of that. Outside of the killings, Washington has one of the lowest crime rates in the country. Okay, is that now?
No, wait a minute. Wait, no, you got to read that right. Outside of the killings.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
If it wasn't for those, freaking deaths and stabbing and slaughtering people in the streets, we had the lowest crime rate. We would be safe. We're safe as any country, any city, any state. We're super safe. You might get killed, but you won't get robbed.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
Oh,
they won't steal out of your car, but they will kill you.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yep. That what, somebody else said that recently too. It was I think it was the district attorney in Los Angeles, I think, because they're trying to get rid of him.
Oh,
but he said something similar to that. The crime is way down, except for the killings. I mean,
crazy.
I'm kind of thinking that's the one I'm really concerned about.
Right, is the killing. That's the one.
Yeah, she knocked that out of the park. That was Marion Barry. Smoking crack.
Okay, you can get just as drunk on water as you can on land. Okay, Mr. Haiti from American Comedy Green Acres. Okay. Hey, we have a great lively bunch here today. Okay, I didn't even get to the other videos. And one of the other videos had to do with the stats. And I kind of want to show that video before we close out. I don't know how many of us on here are from Ghana, but I just kind of want to show you what's being said, what's in their media stream right now. And before playing this, a lot of them, the question that's coming to mind is last year, they're concerned because in December, we were there in December last year. You know, a lot of people went home, they returned, they, attended celebrations. And then they were concerned that there was an uptick of deaths, but their deaths, and any death is not good. Don't get me wrong. Nothing, life is precious, but the rate at which, say, Ghana saw death as compared to the US is very, very, very minor. So I want to kind of show the key points. It's about 8 minutes. And then after that, I want to come back and close out with some last thoughts from you. So let's see the key points that are being talked about in Ghana on COVID-19.
You're welcome back to the second segment of the key points. Now, all of us have borne witness to the global scourge left by COVID-19, but now there's renewed concern about a variant named Omicron. Now, this variant, we are learning, is pushing numbers up in parts of the world. Ghana remains one of the countries making stringent efforts to fight COVID-19. This month, we will see an upscale of vaccination and revised restrictions coming into force to curb the risk of infections and ultimately deaths. Now, Ghana has adopted mandatory vaccinations for some category of workers, like other countries are seeking to do, like the US and Greece, which recently announced same, where there are mandatory vaccination. However, there might be some opposed to the mandatory regime. We found out how government is dealing with that. And also, as the holidays are upon us, many of us recall the negative impact of celebrations, event activities, and the like last year. How do we avoid a repeat of high infections and deaths in the first quarter of 2022? Our guest this morning, Dr. Nsia Sare, who is the Presidential Advisor on Health, a former Director General of the Ghana Health Service. We also have Collins Mesita Moranga, who is a bioinformatics specialist with the West Africa Center for Cell Biology and Infectious Pathogens, known as WACBIP. And we also hear from the unions this morning. We'll hear from the National Association of Graduate Teachers President, Angel Kabonu, as well as Alaji Muro of GPRTU. But first, let's hear a brief clip from the Health Minister telling us about moving into mandatory vaccination regime.
And the authority that has been bestowed on us by the Public Health Act and its emergencies clauses, we are declaring the following persons to be vaccinated before early January. The specific dates will be announced later. All health workers, all security personnel, all staff and students in secondary and tertiary institutions aged 15 and above, all workers in all government institutions, including parastatals, and all commercial drivers. When I say commercial drivers, not only the long buses, long-haul drivers, including Trotro and Uber, and all types of people who drive people around to collect monies from them, including Okada. We will have a way of inspecting certificates before we allow you to do your trade. We are giving ourselves December. That is why we are scaling up our advocacy for vaccinations. We have distributed vaccines across the country. Every district health management team has got a refrigerator, storage for vaccines. We have teams across everywhere in this country, such that you can't come and tell us that we don't have vaccines, so your mandate will not work. We have the vaccines, and want to make sure that our mandates will work.
And that's the Health Minister, the Honorable Ajiman Menu. So let's come back in studio, and I'll start with the Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Nsiah-Sarrey. Thanks very much, sir, for coming into our studios. So last year around this time, Ghana had done quite well with managing COVID-19. And we do have some graphics that I would like to go up, which outline the state of COVID death. So these graphics will show us what the global situation is, what Ghana's situation is, and the state of deaths, the top 15 countries, and then, of course, where Africa fits in. That will pop up shortly. But last year around this time, we had improved management of COVID. The global cases now are 262 million. That's confirmed cases. We've had 5.2 million deaths, a bit more than that. And we've had more than some 7 billion vaccines administered. Then when you look at Ghana, we have about 130,000 cases, a little over that. Deaths, 1,209. Vaccines administered, we've administered about 3.4, almost 3.5. That's what I picked this from the WHO, unless that's what has been allocated as for now. And in terms of COVID deaths, we are seeing the top 14 countries and their numbers. The top 7 have very high numbers. The top 8 to 14, I didn't bother to add the numbers, but I'm interested in the next numbered country, which is South Africa. They are number 15, and that will be popping up short.
Okay. So I was trying to get this off. This is an important comment. We're going to come to this comment, but the importance of that is the numbers for Ghana were 1,293 deaths. When you look in the United States, 800,000 plus people, have perished.
Right. And keep in mind that when they say they commingle deaths with COVID and deaths of COVID. So those statistics are commingled.
Right.
So that means that you're not getting a real number. The number is inflated.
Yes.
So it's still, I'm not trying to downplay the virus or anything. I'm just simply pointing out that the media and even the health people who are supposed to be able to share accurate information are not willing to do that because they have an agenda, and their agenda is forcing people to take the vaccine or whatever they want you to do. And however they can get the statistics to be much more inflammatory and scary, that's what they're going to do.
Yes.
Just like the Omicron. There was a report recently, and here's how it got mixed up. The report, and you have to read the report correctly. It says in Europe, the first person who died with Omicron. What happened? People in the media said the first person finally died of Omicron.
Right.
Now, the report from Europe was actually accurate. They died with Omicron, meaning that they probably had the Omicron probably did not affect them very much at all. And what they died of it was completely different. But when they died, when they tested, they had Omicron. They say they died with Omicron, so, which is the finally a true statement.
Right.
Omicron did not kill them; they just died with Omicron. So that's fair. And if the truth are like that, I'm willing to listen to that. Right. But then, of course, the U.S. media grabbed it, and people started saying, "Oh, someone just died of Omicron," So these are the things that you just have to be aware of. I mean, it's your choice, the vaccine or not. But then, but just please be alert to how things are manipulated in order to get what the government or the certain health organizations or the big pharmacies, in order for them to get what they want, just be careful on how they word things and how they put things out.
You have
in the
to
public.
read between the lines. I'm reading this from Berlinski. It says the commitment of government to deal with the population issue is of course essential. Did I read this one before? There are many ways to make the death rate increase. And then there's another one that's good by Berlinski. So Africa Rain says, please keep us informed about all the African countries that are mandating this vaccine, please. We will, because we have to we have to be informed. But right now, I know Zimbabwe has the mandate, Kenya has the mandate, and Ghana has the mandate that's happening. And Zimbabwe was on the ban list of the U.S. So
all the Southern African countries, Botswana,
Malawi,
South
of
Africa,
them. Oh my gosh,
Namibia, all of them.
Beautiful countries that we've had the pleasure of visiting. I've seen leprosy and syphilis communicated by vaccines, leprosy becoming common in Trinidad, its increase being coincidental with the vaccine. Dr. H. Bakewell, of Trinidad. Okay, this was some 1868. So these are things, I mean, I don't get annoyed when people pull up facts that are available out there. You may agree, you may disagree, but people are free to pull up the facts that they see out there, and we just wanted to just come on and kind of tell a lot of our subscribers who we know are people that have properties either abroad in Africa, or they thank goodness they pay attention to some of the stuff we say, but we kind of keep them abreast of things that's happening there. But right now we are in the US. We do not have plans to go as of this moment because I'm not feeling this vaccine mandate, jab on arrival. I'm not interested in that. So that's just my honest thoughts about it right now. But will this stop me from visiting the continent? No, it will not. I tell you what, I have coming tomorrow. I'm hoping to have an interesting young lady who relocated to Mexico. Okay, she relocated to Mexico, an African American that now hangs her hat, claims her home to be in Mexico. So I will come on tomorrow with her, hopefully live. That's my plan, to be able to do live if I'm able to connect with her.
Are you going to show some of the Black communities, African communities in Mexico?
You know what? That's what I have to talk with her about, because there are lots of, I mean, it's a fascinating Africans in Mexico. It's a fascinating history that's there. And of course, with us being in California, we are amongst our brown brothers and sisters, however you want to say it. And so, and it's funny because many years ago, you did a gig over in Ensenada. And Mexico doesn't come without its problems as well. But hey, she's not the only person that I know that has said goodbye and they have retired in Mexico. So that's an option as well. But friends of mine who are from Mexico, they're like, I don't know. They're like, you better check that out. But anyways, I thank you for joining us. I appreciate all your comments and everything that took place today. I hope that you will have a wonderful, blessed holiday season this year, that you'll be safe, that you will be able to travel if you wish, but just pay very close attention.
Play very close, because
Very close
one of the
attention.
things you don't want to do is go to some country and they flip on you while you're there,
Oh, God.
and then end up holding you hostage under the full authority of that government of that country.
Correct.
So that's the thing, and we've had it happen more than once.
Right.
And you just want to avoid that. Stay alert, stay informed, so that you won't get, because nobody really cares when that happens.
Right. Oh, no.
And you already know the Biden administration. You saw Afghanistan.
So
did you see Afghanistan? People falling off the plane. People hanging on the plane, falling off, dying. So you ain't. I don't know about the Biden administration.
You ain't getting no help. So yeah, it's too much. What does Africa Rain say? I mourn for myself, but I mourn more for the leaders of Africa. They are lost and they don't learn from Ebola, AIDS, and the rest of the stuff. Well, yeah, they're jumping on this mandate. Yeah, right. It's because, didn't I read 75 million
it's money.
euro came from the EIB bank? That money, you know, I'm not gonna go on into talking about certain things, if it's corruption or that. It's just that right now, Jeff put it well, saying that they're on the world stage. So that's a part of it. You know, the president was found African of the Year in Forbes. So, you know, that's a high honor. It's a lot of money to be made on Africa. But yes, they should have learned. They should have learned. We as African people, we got to learn. We don't always learn. Sometimes we learn the hard way. Okay, but the thing is, what we need to learn, what we want our viewers to learn, is to pay attention and really, really do your research before you go to some of these places. Because, like just so you don't want to be caught up in a mix. Yes, happy holidays to you too, Queen. And thank you. Oh, yes. Okay, to the Queen, and stay blessed. Yes. God bless you, audience. God bless you. God bless you. May you be kept safe and well throughout this season. Okay. And may 2022 be full of blessings. Amen.
Amen.
So we're going to say goodbye. So we'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. All right for now.